Furthermore, the official goes to Regina Lord applause, and selection for Regina Ruler applause. Hello everybody, it's your number one tattle young lady back with some succulent news. This video will be about the sovereign of solid characters, Regina Ruler. Subsequent to winning an Oscar and Emmy grant, Regina unexpectedly went off the network. Nobody knew where she was and what she was doing. A portion of the insiders report that this has a ton to do with her own life, which was an unrest she needed to confront an endless series of things. And this broke her to a point that she was unable to deal with her fabulous profession any longer. Yet, what precisely happened that flipped around Regina Lord's life? We should find everything out together. Regina Lord seemed to be a lady who might never have any issue in life. Said she had the ideal vocation, the absolute best spouse, and the ideal child. However, everything went down the channel before long, and Regina was left with nothing. I was music safe, I was protected. The first curve that Regina needed to handle was her separation with Ian Alexander, who she wedded back in 1997. The two were a perfect pair, and they stayed together till 2007. Their marriage finished in a quite monstrous separation, yet Regina never discussed it until she let the cat out of the bag in a meeting. She said that marriage has been the most troublesome aspect of her affection life, and that is presumably in light of the fact that she as of now is an offspring of separation, and presently her own marriage has arrived at a similar resolution. Yet she didn't lose her confidence in that frame of mind. After she recuperated from the separation, she met a man from the Cosby Show. His name was Malcolm Jamal, and despite the fact that it took Regina 4 years, she was at last prepared to continue on from Ian. So she chose to accept circumstances for what they are and check whether anything occurs with Malcolm. This wasn't whenever they first were meeting, since Regina was companions with Malcolm, harking back to the 80s when the two of them were at the pinnacle of their vocations, music. Definitely. Yet they again caught each other in 2011 and became indivisible. Their relationship got such a lot of inclusion, predominantly on the grounds that they were the new Power 2 or 3 Hollywood everybody was vouching for. As per Regina, this was the ideal time for them to date, since when they met during the 80s, the two of them had a profession to fabricate, so they would have rather not been secured. Yet presently, they need exactly the same things, and most likely the best things happened to her. In some time, Regina didn't discuss the separation either, yet she gave us how Malcolm truly severed things, and it doubtlessly wasn't pretty. My very own sentiments about that in light of the fact that it by influences me. Yet even beyond that you realize, you simply take a gander at exactly the way in which the media is playing this entire situation out, and I can't resist the urge to ponder. Has she uncovered that her ex parted ways with her on Valentine's Day, and afterward he sent her roses, a card in those blossoms, said that he actually cherishes her? This made Regina enraged, so she tossed out the blossoms in the junk. She did him that everybody knows who the man is, and it most likely was Malcolm. So things with Malcolm didn't end based on great conditions. Either the couple remained together for quite some time. At insiders detailed that Regina was crushed after the separation, and she was unable to zero in on anything. The most awful part is that Malcolm supposedly left Regina simply because he wasn't feeling the energy in their relationship any longer. So Regina was essentially unloaded by a man who she genuinely adored. It was truly difficult for her to adore and believe somebody subsequent to separating from Ian, and this separation made her hopeless. And this isn't even it, since Regina was residing with Malcolm around then alongside her child, Ian Alexander Jr. So Malcolm truly requested that they move out of his home straight away. Regina, based fundamentally, was separated from everyone else and destitute in the span of a day. yet thinking of her as total assets. She previously had a rich spot to remain, yet getting unloaded and thrown out isn't the very smart arrangement for any lady out there. In the midst of this, Regina was likewise having a quite uneven relationship with her ex Ian Alexander. There was a ton of strain between the two, and they couldn't be in that frame of mind. Without contending soon, Regina understood that it's not the way that she maintains that her child should see as folks. She knew that it is so difficult to endure a wrecked home, and she didn't believe that her child should go through exactly the same things she went through. So Ian Alexander and Regina settled on a detente that they'll attempt to be great co-guardians to their child. Yet, when things began to get a little steady in Regina's life, she got hit with the greatest misfortune any individual can encounter. Regina lost her main child, the child she was attempting to give a superior life, and it totally transformed her. And the way that he ended his own life was unfathomable for Regina. She never in her most out-of-this-world fantasies contemplated, and surprisingly, thought of it as unnerving when she depicted the personality of her lady child, a truly miserable toon story out of Hollywood. This evening, where misfortune has struck Oscar-winning entertainer Regina Lord, her 26-year-old child, Ian Alexander Jurher. Just a short time after his birthday, Alexandra was a performer and DJ. He had recently delivered another single, January 7th, that had exhibitions planned for La. In the not-so-distant future, Regina assumed the deficiency of her child in the most terrible manner conceivable, and went into a condition of complaint that shut down her profession too. Yet, it's legitimate thinking about how close Regina was to her child. They went to grant shows together, and he even went to the Brilliant Globes with his mom. To show his help, he likewise got coordinating tattoos with his mom and Aramaic that said unrestricted love. So obviously, Ian Alexander Jur was truly near his mom and adored her. Managing, he was a remarkable new craftsman as well. Yet before his mom could see him accomplishing incredible things, he ended his own life. The genuine motivation behind why Ian Jur lost his life is yet to be unveiled. Yet he posted a couple of things on Twitter only 5 days before he ended his life. And these tweets truly provide us with a thought of what he was going through. He posted his most memorable tweet on January 15, 2022, saying that he doesn't think Instagram is a sound spot for him. He likewise gave reference to the SpongeBob episode, where somebody gets inside SpongeBob's head. And there are a lot of SpongeBob's horrible, their psyche and stuff is ablaze. Ian said that he can connect with that episode, so we can hardly comprehend the sort of tension Ian Alexander was encountering, particularly when he needed to think of another collection. Actually soon, and virtual entertainment wasn't making things simple for him at all. Regina purportedly laments not encouraging her child while he was posting things like this. Yet she clearly didn't realize that an individual so brimming with life could at any point go to this degree. Regina said on various events that she's truly glad for her child, and he made it truly kind with her to be a solitary parent, since it was truly difficult to oversee parenthood, and her profession isolated anyway. In the wake of having a hopeless love life, Regina made them line of trust in her child that she lost, and presently, she's having some time off from all that. Regina has been off the network and isn't posting a lot of via web-based entertainment either, so fans have not a chance of knowing whether she's fine or not. Yet her companion Vivica Fox, as of late, went to her home and met her. Since Regina welcomed her, Vivica was extremely apprehensive when she got a message from Regina. She didn't have the foggiest idea how to support somebody who has lost as long as she can remember. Yet she went to Regina toward the end of the week and uncovered that Regina is overpowered by how much love and wishes everybody is sending her direction. She additionally said that she embraced Regina and investigated her eyes, which were brimming with pain. Yet she was all the while holding everything in. Vivica likewise said that Regina was attempting to construct herself back together, and that she appeared to be areas of strength for genuinely It's certainly going to require some investment thinking about how huge of a misfortune Regina has gotten through Vivica. Likewise discussed spreading attention to psychological sicknesses, which was one more clue that Regina's child was presumably in despondency or a ton of stress. We can barely comprehend how hard it will be for Regina to handle this, yet fans are trusting that she has somebody close by with whom she could converse with. Regina uncovered a couple of years back that she's downright terrible at dating and scarcely gets any opportunity to go out with anybody. It's the justification for why her dating life is in spat for a really long time. Currently, yet fans are trusting that Regina has tracked down somebody to impart her distress to, or, in all likelihood, returning to her typical life would be truly hard for her. Regina has just made 2 or 3 appearances since her grievous misfortune, and she's not anticipating getting back in the business at any point in the near future. Her life has been so brimming with battles that it's most likely really smart for her to step back and take a full breath before truly continuing on toward different ventures. Are you hanging tight for Regina's revisitation of the big screen? Let us know in the remarks. Additionally, remember to like, offer, and buy into our feed for the most recent superstar refreshes. We'll see you in the following video. Till then, be careful and gratitude for observing.